The United States Congress makes some of the most important decisions in our country. These decisions impact the lives of millions of people. One problem that needs to be addressed by the new president and Congress in 2021 is the growing issue of hunger in America. In 2020 alone, almost 54 million people will have trouble affording food. This problem is only worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic collapse that it has caused. There is not nearly enough government assistance for those struggling with food insecurity. While there are some government programs to help those who can't afford food, most people who need these services do not qualify for them. Almost 18 million of the people who struggle with hunger are children. Food insecurity is a huge issue that affects families all over the country. No matter where you live, there is most likely someone in your community that relies on food banks or other hunger relief organizations. Some government programs that are helping to end hunger in America include SNAP and WIC. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, and WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children. These programs need to be expanded to help more people. Recently, the Trump administration has made some changes to the rules regarding SNAP benefits. Here is Senator Charles Schumer explaining how these new rules could affect Americans in need.
Now, there are about 37 million Americans who receive benefits under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The vast majority of them work, but they don't earn enough to feed their families. And those who don't qualify for assistance for 3 months out of every 3 years. Under the new rule, the Trump administration would trample on states' abilities to request waivers to these strict time limits in areas of great unemployment.
As you can see, this new rule would make it even harder for Americans in need to get SNAP benefits. One common argument for dismantling programs such as SNAP is that people who rely on government assistance are just trying to take advantage of these benefits. This is simply not true. According to an article published by Consumer Reports, 1 in 5 Americans rely on some type of food assistance. No one wants to have to go to a food pantry or food bank, and the idea that people who rely on these types of services are lazy and unwilling to work is just appalling. We all need to recognize, in times as hard as these, that we must help those who need it. While President Trump and other Republicans are trying to dismantle programs such as SNAP, other members of Congress are fighting for Americans in need. They are doing this in many different ways. One of the many ways that we can help to end hunger in America is by raising the minimum wage. If American workers are being paid next to nothing, how can we expect them to be able to afford basic necessities such as food and housing? Here is Representative Joseph Morrell on how raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour would help reduce the number of Americans living in poverty.
It would also lift the families of at least 1.3 million Americans, 600,000 of whom are children, out of poverty. Let's just think about that for a moment. 1.3 million Americans who are working hard to make ends meet but struggle below the poverty line because of years Congress let the real value of their hard-earned dollars erode.
Bringing hardworking Americans out of poverty is just the first step towards ending hunger in America. In 2020, the state of Florida voted to slowly start raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Other states have already done this. Many members of Congress are fighting for a higher federal minimum wage, but in 2021, we need even more action. We need legislation that ensures that no American goes hungry. Another way to help lower the number of Americans who are food insecure is by passing the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act was passed in the House in May of 2020 and would help start the process of economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. It would help companies keep their employees and Americans keep their jobs. We need the HEROES Act to be passed in order to prevent more people from becoming food insecure. To help end hunger in America, we need you to get involved. Call your senator or House representative and talk to them about hunger in America. Do more research about food insecurity in your community, or even donate to your local food pantry. Thank you for watching, and please consider taking action to ensure that no American goes hungry.